I want you to look at this one. You know who she is, right?
Evangeline Lilly.
I don't know what her name is.
Evangeline Lilly.
Okay.
Who is she?
She's the wasp from Ant-Man.
Kate.
Did you see
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Isn't she? Is it Kate?
Yeah. Sawyer calls her Freckles.
Yes.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Freckles.
Yeah,
that's
she's been
it.
around for a while then.
Nearly the entire visual development team at Marvel was let go.
Before I spread this post, when I saw it on social media, I needed to fact check it. So I reached out to my good friend Andy Park, who was the genius behind creating the original Wasp supersuit and the original Wasp concept drawings for the film Ant-Man and the Wasp, and just said, is this true? Is this really what's happening? And he said, yeah, it's true. I have been let go. And I can't quite believe that Disney have let go of the artists who brought the current Marvel universe to life through their imagination and their genius. That the people who invented these characters in the first place, who designed them in the first place, are now being replaced by AI. AI that will take their designs and take what those artists created and use it to create iterations of that. I am so sorry, Andy, and I am so sorry to every single one of the artists who were let go in the 1,000 artists that Disney fired, and particularly the entire team at Marvel who have been considered obsolete now after building the Marvel empire. If you're a huge fan of Marvel, just take a moment today to think about them, to send up a prayer for them, to honor the people who created the world that you fell in love with. That was a human invention. These were human creations. And they shouldn't be stolen by tech giants so that their robots can replicate them. I think it's disgusting and horrible. And I stand with all the artists, and Andy, I'm so sorry. And I love you guys.
So this is basically, just as I'm reading the news, this is 1,000 employees have lost their job in April and May 2026 alone. So this is only 7th of May, which is in 5 weeks or something like that. Hollywood has fired 1,000 plus employees.
Is that all of them though?
No.
Or how many actual people are working in that department, or is it different types of
I
departments?
don't know. It's just like Hollywood, all sorts of places. They're saying that since 24, they've fired 42,000 entertainment jobs. But these are people who are, created Marvel, not just like little random, okay, let's get rid of some, I don't know, little guys who don't do anything. They're like the main creators of Disney. And so what's your thoughts on that? And obviously replacing by AI. That's
so they're
the point.
literally replacing the guys who design the stuff with a robot. It's just going to design it, or is someone going to be typing in, we want this, we want that, boom.
Well, probably some prompting, or whoever's going to be the creative design is just going to be AI now.
Well, I mean, I think I remember seeing before Disney had a deal with OpenAI, give them the license to all the characters, for obviously their image generation and video generation app that they had. So which means obviously they were going to allow OpenAI to use Marvel characters, all the Disney characters, to generate videos, like photos. So eventually, what's to say that someone wasn't going to use that to generate the new films or series? You know what I mean?
Well, looks like Hollywood's going to be a lot more AI.
But they did this with the animation, the old school animation. Do you remember, like, the cartoons, the actual artists drawing people?
Yeah.
They fired all of them to
do with like
CGI,
CGI.
computer animation.
So is this actually then a problem? Or is this like whoever created the Wasp suit, maybe he is so old fashioned, then is he pants enough to like be fired?
You said something before that's interesting, that you think Hollywood is actually going to come to an end soon.
Well, I think
because of this sort of stuff.
I think my point on this is that if this is the direction Hollywood's going, because obviously Hollywood is hype entertainment place, right? Anything's hype, you know.
But there's one thing they love more than creating is just cash.
Money. Yeah,
That's
obviously.
it.
So
But
if it's going to save money to just use AI, they've watched the Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting video, and everyone's
we'll
been
do
like,
it.
but the thing is, these people are so dumb because they'll see the views and be like, people love this, but they actually don't check to see
They
if
don't
people
understand
really love
it.
it. They just
Actually
think,
love it,
this
yeah.
is so much easier.
Well, it's like the, you know, what's the one with where they created the Snow White? That's
Yeah.
like a great example again where Disney is thinking, I know this is really going to work. And then it's like the
Backfired.
biggest minus movie of all time where they
Yeah.
couldn't exactly gauge like what people wanted, like listening to news, but then really didn't figure out what people actually want. I mean, my thoughts on this is that if Hollywood's going that direction, I think they're going to find themselves in a couple of years in a place where nobody is watching their stuff.
Yeah,
And
they'll just
what
be saying,
people want, part of going to the movies and part of seeing the movies is that you're thinking, wow, I can't believe we as humans created this.
Yeah, like
I've never watched a movie thinking, I can't believe
and, like,
AI
especially
created
for
this.
people like us, one of the really good things I enjoy about watching the movies the most is like me or you all say about going to watch a movie by your favorite director
yeah,
or with your favorite actors in it, or your favorite camera operator. Like you're not gonna have that anymore. You literally
yeah.
just
I think we're a tiny, minute group though who's
Yeah.
like, oh, do you know who the cinematographer is?
do you know what I mean? Actually look forward to that part of the
Yeah.
film. So
I'm like, oh, the editor in this is actually amazing.
crazy.
Everyone's like, who?
But at the same time, if you see a movie and they say made by Christopher Nolan, it's got some weight to it.
that's
Rather
what I'm
than
saying
made
exactly
by
do you
ChatGPT.
know what I mean?
Made by
Or
Sam
like-
Altman.
Made by Sam Altman. Oh, I'll go and watch it. I mean, I think what might happen is all of these best guys will just go and do it on their own and people will start to follow it that way. I mean,
yeah. It'll come back to where they legally have to say AI creation or at the beginning of the film, human created.
that's the biggest thing at the moment because they don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to really say, okay, 35% of this movie was created by AI. You're like,
But
do I
people
wanna
can
watch
tell
part of that?
anyway. It's like rubbish now.
I think some of the storylines are created by AI because it's so bad.
Yeah.
There's already AI actors. I
Mhm.
mean, AI actors, right? Did you send me one of those stories that it was one of those guys was dead, an actor was dead. Their family took all of the footage and everything and then
Oh,
made-
Paul Walker.
not Paul Walker. It was some
Well, they basically generated an AI
of that guy who's dead.
version of
No,
him.
they're doing that anyway with Michael Jackson. Like, people create little videos of Michael Jackson coming and grabbing chicken nuggets and all that, and off your plate and going hee hee and running off. And then everyone's like, "Wow, this is AI slot, but it's funny." Like AI is good for random garbage. You know,
Does that mean that everyone's taste is just going down?
Well, I think everyone's getting to a place where they're just so obsessed with themselves that soon they're going to create movies, right? Think about this. They're going to create a movie where you can just upload yourself pictures and they're going to be like, now you can be the star of this film.
Yeah.
And people are just going to be watching it. Oh, this is my movie. Or you can write in the type of movie that you want to see with yourself in. And then people are just going to watch it. Oh, look at the movie I made of me in.
I was
Oh.
there with Megan Fox.
Or you could even
Yeah,
quite
she was
literally
a
just
robot
you
and
could
she
quite
had
literally just make a
vibrations.
whole movie with your whole friends and family and give them all like storylines and do you know what I mean?
Because to be fair, the little fight scene with Tom Cruise,
It is
That is pretty good to be fair.
But who made that? Which model was that?
I don't know.
Do you know?
Sedan. The Chinese
Sedan.
version, yeah.
I think it's just interesting to see that, you know, we're feeling this slightly, maybe actually quite heavily on like our YouTube creation, what we're doing. But Hollywood's like feeling this at the same time. I think every creator's is like feeling this, you know. So it's like interesting to see, okay, where is the creative industry gonna go? Because I think the creators have always been, you appreciate art because it's made by humans. But if we blur that line, I don't know, I would have zero interest in, oh, this robot painted this picture. I'm like,
But maybe, like what you said about your kids, Disney and all these people already know that there's a new generation coming up who don't
They don't know.
actually know the difference between, like, kids watching AI videos of little cats jumping around. They're just like, they don't know it's fake. They just think it's entertainment. But as us, we're the last generation
to understand
maybe.
the difference.
Oh no, I've had that couple of few times where I can hear Romans watching a video like a short or something on YouTube, and I can hear what they're saying. It's obviously AI and it's obviously fabricated stuff like. And then I'm looking at him and I'm thinking like you can tell that he's just watching and
thinking it's real,
literally taking all this. So I always make sure I find myself telling him like, don't believe that. That's AI. That's AI. That's fake. Yeah. And just because they're saying that doesn't mean that that's actually true. You know what I mean? And I was like, even the fact that I caught myself having to do that, like you probably are going to have to do that because
so in 20
otherwise
years
all
time,
these kids are just going to be watching it. No,
I mean, 20 years is really
probably
far.
Yeah. No, I say
Imagine
5
years. What that's going to be.
Well,
honestly.
yeah. But what I was thinking is about when these kids are like adults watching movies, they're going to just be so brainwashed with AI that they're just going to be like, this was the best movie I've ever seen. It was like, it's fully AI.
And it probably won't have any new thought line or new creation. It will just
actual
blend,
good grounded morals.
It will blend in like, I don't know, High School Musical, Terminator, and something else, Dune storyline. And you think this is, wow, amazing. And it's just made, it's already there.
Well, I think that's the worst part for like the industry, I suppose, and like the actors and the directors and all that, because the worst part, like they're having to like the things that are getting trained, the data that's being used to train the AIs to take over their jobs, it's the work that they've done. Do you know what I mean? So like how we were saying there, obviously all the data that they give to this AI is all the data of like all these creators and actors and directors have all created, feeding that to the AI, and then now they're going to be out of work, and the AI is taking over the jobs using their data. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, wow.
End of the world.
That is pretty crazy though.
So, I mean, we're probably going to start to see lots more of that.